What's up? Austin4195 here, going to show you how to make and create the best Minecraft server you can make. Now, first off, I'd like to go over, can you run one? Because a lot of servers are really powerful and RAM intensive, so we just got to make sure you have the power, horsepower, hardware-wise, to make sure that we meet the requirements. Now, I do have some notes right here, and this is just going over basic minimum specs. It also depends on the player count that you would like to have. You can actually make a pretty small server for about 6 to 10 people, really with about, oh, what would you say? I would say about, there we go. You can make a basic server just running off of any Intel Core-based CPU, but make sure you have at least 2 gigs of RAM. Now, also I would recommend if you have an SSD to install it and put it in and use that as the Minecraft server hoster, because you're going to get a lot more power out of that, because an SSD will be able to transmit the chunks out at a faster rate than that of a regular spinning hard drive. Even if it's a 7200 RPM, it still will not send out the chunks at a fast enough rate. So now, and also I'd recommend at least a quad-core processor with at least 2 gigs of RAM. Now make sure you keep in mind that if you do 2 gigs of RAM, leave some for the operating system, because otherwise the computer is just going to be horribly slow and you would have to shut down the whole server just to even use your computer. So basically I'd recommend a total of at least 5 gigs of RAM. Of course, where are you going to get 5 gigs of RAM? Really, it's just 2, 4, 6. Anyway, so I'd recommend at least 4 gigs, 2 for the server, 2 for the OS. That way you get equal distribution. Now also I would suggest running it off of a Windows. You can actually run it off a Windows, Mac, or Linux computer. However, I'm going to show you some tricks here to make it easier to operate on any of the operating systems. So there you go. Can you host one? I'll let you determine. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.